Everyone, today I'm putting out another mission guide, this time for the Knight in Red. This is often cited as one of the hardest missions in the game, the entire Red Knight series, really. There's three of them. And I'd meant to get around to this sooner, but I needed to play all the way back through a Rightful Christian run, and you can only get this mission if you are doing a Rightful run. It doesn't need to be Christian, it can be Rightful Old Faith as well, because I'm sure you'll notice as you play through, whatever alignment you go with, you'll get missions to fight the characters of the opposite alignment. For example, on my Christian run, there was also a mission where I had to go fight Morgana at some point. And if you do Old Faith Tyrant, there's a mission to go fight Galahad and a mission to go fight Lancelot. Of these, it seems that the Rightful Christian alignment, at least in my experience, the missions they have to go fight people are a little bit harder. This one being the worst case. So, before I jump into the mission, I'm going to go ahead and show what team I'm using, explain why and what they have. You may notice that my Galahad and Lancelot already managed to reach 20. I've kind of been just putting them in the training grounds. I managed to get them really early, so without me noticing, they actually ended up a bit over leveled. So I wanted to do this at 18 or 19, but 20 isn't a huge difference. It's just 2 extra skill points, and it's not like they have level 20 gear. I haven't beaten Act 4 yet. You can see level 15 gear on all of them. Now, this team I have here of Galahad, White Knight, Lancelot, and Lucan, this is actually my primary team that I use for my Rightful Christian runs. I have some pretty decent gear, but nothing super crazy on any of them. I'm using the standard defensive essences for my Defender Galahad here, the extra armor, the extra HP, with his armor here. This one I actually found somewhat recently, and I'm actually kind of a fan of it. It's only a -1 AP penalty armor, so it's not going to have the maximum defensive stats, which I generally like to lean towards. But it does provide a 50% of damage suffered by allies within 3 tiles is suffered by him instead. I think that's a pretty good defensive ability, as well as just some extra HP. For his weapon, honestly, nothing great. Just some extra damage. I couldn't really find a good defensive weapon to give to him, so you'll probably be able to find something better for this on your runs. Just a random blue accessory. I took it mostly for the reduction in range damage. But I do have a very good Oathstone on him. Melee attacks against him cost +1 and -1 for taunt, so that's just great synergy there, and the last 6 of his armor is unbreakable. For the White Knight, I'm running Annihilation, Extermination, and Speed. Normally I like to put the Speed essence on an Arcanist, but I'm not using an Arcanist. So I figured I'd put it on my White Knight, my primary damage dealer, hence the Extermination and Annihilation essences. For my White Knight's armor, this is normally something you would give to your defender. However, I'm just not comfortable giving this to my other users, because if they took this 50%, it's going to be a lot more significant to them than it would be to my Galahad. So on him, I do have the Sign of Awareness, where he does turn to face attacking units, so at least he can't get backstabbed. Ignore 25% of incoming armor breaking, and plus 5% damage until the end of the encounter for each hit received. This is basically just helping make my White Knight, my main damage dealer, a little more tanky. For his weapon, Earthshaker rune, just extra damage for area attacks and against Fomorians, which is helpful for Act 4. I have the teleport ring on him still. It's solid. I just haven't really been able to find anything great to replace it. And then the Wild One's Head. This one, after 10 spells have been cast, deal 50% of weapon damage to all enemies. This can actually be pretty strong. If I manage to build up some rage stacks when this triggers, that can be a significant amount of damage. Additionally, gain 3 damage for 2 turns for each kill, just helping ramp up the rage stacks a little faster. On Lancelot, Essence of Mutilation and Essence of Deflection, just to make him a little tankier and resistant to those range attacks and give him a chance for double damage. He's sort of a secondary support and secondary damage dealer. So for his gear, it's nothing crazy, just some armor I was able to really find on him. For the weapon, just a decent damage weapon, and just some decent trinkets. Again, there's nothing great gear-wise for him, but it's not bad. Dodging the first incoming opportunity attack is fine. Applying vulnerability with his attacks is also good. And then just extra damage for cleave here. On Lucan, I gave him the Essence of Willpower for some mental debuff resistance, and I gave him the Essence of Resilience for injury token since he starts with 0. For the armor, +1 tile ranges for ranged skills. This one's not great, but it does give him movement AP and does give him some dodge. He has good armor on it as well. Spellblade, Hexmark, just another do more damage the more spells you cast sort of weapon. With the Whisper Stone, just more movement AP, some dodge, and he can get a little armor if he takes no damage. And lastly, for his manuscript, just some damage if he can manage to backstab some, backliners from the enemy team. So you can see there's nothing super amazing for their gear all around. Could definitely stand to get some better armors for sure, but I think this should be good. Potions is sort of my standard layout. Health and armor potion for Galahad, health and AP potions for my champions, and then health and armor potion for my sage. Okay, so we have the first fight, and all these dudes are demonically possessed. That's what gives them this huge buff. I don't know if this tooltip is still accurate for the vitality, but it does give them extra damage, and that's part of what makes the Red Knight missions so difficult. They just do a lot of freaking damage. So, first things first, we're going to move up our defender. Put a taunt out there. Check the range on this guy. Okay, so I'm going to move Lancelot to here. And everyone else is just going to chill for now. Okay, solid first round, took no real damage. They have a lot of enemies. First things first, we're going to Blessed Weapon. We're going to come back to you. You have a lot of health. It's going to be hard to get my ball rolling with you being my first kill, but we're going to pop Divine Favor with Galahad, Inspire with Lucan, Bless Weapon on White Knight, then Inspire with the Lancelot. So now we have a lot of AP to use with our main damage dealer here with the White Knight. We're just going to go ahead and teleport here, open up with a power attack, free kills. Let's go ahead and move here. We get an Earthshaker. Free kill there. We're going to use Blessed Weapon again. Move here. I think now we're okay to come after this guy. Yep. Move to here. Boom. Blessed Weapon again. Kill him. And we don't have enough AP to reach him, but that's okay. We can probably reach him with Lancelot. Oh. There we go. And then Lancelot can kill him. There you go, first fight. Nice and simple. No one took any damage. So, good to keep on rolling. And if you're curious which fight that was, that's the first fight. I just went straight from the spawn, and I will be clearing all of the fights here since that's what most players are going to be going for. Second encounter now, in case you're curious, I went up over here. That's where this fight triggers, and there's this necromancer guy summons a bunch of undead. Now, this seems like a lot, very overwhelming, but there's actually a trick to this one, and it's if you kill this guy, they all die. So all we need to do is kill this dude, and because we do have the teleport ring on us, we can get to him pretty quickly. But to protect our party, as usual, we're just going to send Galahad up front. Taunt. Guard. Move up a little bit. Let's see. Now you have 9 AP. We're going to want to conserve all of that. But, yeah, then we just pass. That thunderbolt that went off was my wild magic triggering off of the white knight. You can see, because wild magic counts enemy spells, so just did a bunch of damage to all of them. I guess that's a pretty helpful counter for this fight specifically. But we're just going to AP stack like last time. Teleport. I'd like to get a backstab on him if we can move a little bit closer. No, I guess we can't. Okay, well, this will have to be good enough, I suppose. Blessed weapon. That works. Just because I'm curious how many kills I can get with this. Only 3, no matter which way I sort of aim it. Yeah, you can see, I could have just hit him, but I was just kind of messing around. We killed the Necromancer there with our Killing Spree attack, and they just all fell over. If you're struggling with this fight, just try and find a way to focus him, either bring some strong range to get him, or hang onto a teleport ring for your Vanguard or your champion, focus him down. It pretty much bypasses this entire fight. So I circled from up here down to here to get this last secondary objective, and there's just some enemies here. I'm trying to kill these peasants. Usual strat. And actually, I think, move up to here. Taunt. Guard. There we go. Alright, Galahad's still okay. Pop the usual things. Got our damage off, so that does help soften them, which is helpful. Let's go ahead and we'll start in the back. And power attack. I'm sure you're probably noticing a theme with this team comp, the strategy here. It's very effective. If you're doing Old Faith Rightful, you can still pull this off. You won't be able to use Divine Favor off of Galahad, obviously, because he's Christian. You'll probably be using Mordred. However, you do still have access to a champion. It doesn't have to be White Knight. You can use Balin, for example. And you do have access to 2 sages if you want to run double inspire. You have Leo and you have Guinevere. You even have Isolde if you would rather use Isolde over Leo. I would actually recommend using Isolde over Leo. So you'll be down 1 inspire type effect from missing Divine Favor, but 2 is still very strong. And Divine Favor does provide a damage boost, but you'll be getting a second bless over Divine Favor, so I think it does overall kind of even out. That being said, there are other comps I have run to beat this. The first time I beat this mission, I did my first Rightful Christian playthrough. I didn't start using this type of comp until a little bit later, like around the end game. I was using Galahad, and I was using the White Knight, but I wasn't using Lucan, and I wasn't using Lancelot. So it is still doable. I'm just kind of showing what I think is sort of the optimized way of doing it to try and make this as easy as possible for any players that may be struggling. Alright, at the next fight, it's up in this corner, and this is probably one of the toughest fights in this mission. The main thing that causes a lot of people problem is this Dark Mage here, because his Thunderbolt bypasses armor and just does a ton of damage. Plus there's unseelie enemies, and your positioning just honestly not great. Like, we have this Dark Knight here, I'm not going to be able to taunt him, and he has a lot of range, so he's going to be coming after our Lancelot since he has the lowest amount of armor. So I'm just going to put Lancelot over here in this corner. Something like this. Should be safe. Then I'm actually going to move Lucan over, use Globe of Protection, so now he's super tanky, and we're going to actually use him to kind of distract the enemies over on this side. He should be alright. I mean, just look at that armor and that health. As for Galahad, I'm just going to move him to here. Taunt. Guard. and we should be set for the next turn. Yeah, you can see he lost... How much HP was that? Like 60? It's rough. Still went after Lancelot, because he had his shield charge move. Love that. So, first things first, Blessed Weapon. Then we're going to Divine Favor. Bless. Inspire. Inspire. I'm going to cast Teleport here, and that'll do the 50% weapon damage. Well, he has his back turned here, so let's actually... Alright. Cool. One down. Get some rage stacks up before I proc that wild magic. I guess that doesn't count as a spell? That's interesting. Teleport should, though, so we're going to teleport to here. Cool, almost got some kills. And if I move to here with an Earthshaker... Nice. Power attack. For Lancelot, we're going to drink this healing potion. And I think with Galahad, we should be able to... Yep. Kill you. So yeah, that one's definitely rougher. You can see we took way more HP damage than any of the other fights, considering we took no HP damage from the other fights. That one's definitely rough. If you're really struggling with this mission, and let's say you can't emulate the stuff I'm running here, I would honestly just suggest missing out on that one mission. You don't get that much XP for doing it. Save yourself the trouble. That being said, we're going into another fight with another mage. So I'm actually going to pop the healing potion here just to be safe. This dude's probably going to die, so I'm actually going to pull back a little bit. Let's go ahead and move Lucan up. He can move up. Gonna taunt. Then we're actually going to run backward. Make them waste AP chasing after us now that they're taunted, and try and stay as far away from this guy for now, if possible. And then that looks good. We're gonna end. Okay, really solid. He didn't use his Thunderbolt. Love to see that. Everyone's okay. You can see Lucan's fine. He only took one hit, I think, from an archer, so we're looking good there. Gonna pop Bless Weapon, Divine Favor, Bless, Inspire, Inspire. Now, let's go ahead and move up to here. Very good. Can't kill you yet, so we're actually going to move over here with our teleport. Alright, we need to soften up a little bit, so gonna attack with Lucan. Easy kill there. Another Blessed Weapon. Let's go after the Dark Mage here now. Was that not a backstab? There we go. And I guess we'll go with the kill on this one. There we go. Backstab there. Backstab there. Cool. And since we can't reach anyone with White Knight, we're just gonna pass. Gonna move up, just do another taunt. Another guard. Take him out. Take him out. Even though there's no enemies left that are being taunted, it's still useful to do because it does grant him extra armor. And we're going to move our Lancelot out of range of these other guys so that way they'll go attack our Galahad, and because he has his defensive abilities up, he should be fine. Okay, cool, that works too. Needs Divine Favor again. Needs Bless again. Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, we're going to eat the opportunity attack here. Kill that guy. Move up. Nice. Our wild magic actually did kill this guy over here. Thank you, Rage Stacks. Get a nice kill on him. Alright, going into the last fight, we're definitely going to want to heal up here. Top up back on some health. And I'm actually going to circle back for this campfire to refill up on armor. So we're here in the climactic battle, going against the Red Knight and some of these Demon Knights he has spawned. The Red Knight, even though he's Defender, he's really strong. He does a lot of damage. You can see he has a lot of health, a lot of armor, so definitely need to be careful around him. It'll definitely be easier if we have him move up a bit and we can just kind of surround him and just, you know, beat up on him from all angles. So I can't even taunt him. He has 104% physical debuff resist. So I'm just going to guard, move Lancelot back one step. Gonna use Globe of Protection on Lucan just to be extra safe. Maybe move him up to here. And that's it. That's all we're gonna do for this turn. Okay. Not bad. Usual strat. Bless an AP stack. Blessed weapon. We're going to teleport behind him so we can get that backstab. So now our power strike here, our power attack, does so much more damage. And there we go. Right, he does get back up. So we're actually going to... Oh, we need to weaken this guy. There we go. Free attack there. We're actually going to sneak around this guy so we're not attacking into his block. There we go. Kill the guards and him. So now at this point, you have to rematch him, this time as a duel. And a lot of people struggle with the duel part. Don't worry, if you lose, your character does not die. They'll be injured and really low, but they don't die. For this one, I'm obviously going to pick my White Knight. He's my biggest damage dealer here. And I'm going to drink this healing potion, first off. Second, I'm going to drink this haste potion. And now I'm going to move over here to try and build up some of that damage focus stacks, and hopefully he'll do as little damage to me as possible. Okay, he did throwing axe, that's fine. I'm actually going to pass one more turn, get some more damage focus. Okay. He still managed to knock me over. That's okay. We're going to Bless Weapon, teleport behind him. There we go. And there we go. Got him. Got a little risky there. You saw he can do quite a lot of damage, packs a punch, and with throwing axes, knockdowns and stuff, it's pretty tricky going one-on-one against him. But that is the Red Knight mission. I hope this was helpful and useful to some players out there, and I do wish you the best of luck in your attempts to clear this one. It's definitely one of the more difficult missions. Thanks for watching.